Hello, y'all. Okay, I'm a little bit tardy for my own party, but I had to eat dinner. Sorry, y'all went to the gym, but I'm back. If you have your book, we're working in this tonight, right here. We're doing day 39. Day 39 is what we're doing. We're going to talk about paying cash. Now, this is our week for finances. I don't know about you, but I will tell you that finances, hey now, how are y'all? Finances challenge people all the time because the way I do my finances is very different than the way you do your finances, right? And here's what I have to say. I want to do whatever is going to be productive for me in my finances. Do we not know that your finances should be productive for you? Like you really should be making, you should be making money, or your money should not be in control of you. You should be actually in control of your money. And some of us just don't know that because we've not had the proper teaching. We've not had the right individuals to follow, or we follow for a little while and then we jump off the bandwagon because it's too hard. Life is hard. And if we don't get a handle on our spending now, if we don't get a handle on how we manage our money, if we don't even know that we're supposed to manage our money, life is not going to be any easier. Life only gets easier when you can manage all the things and the things are not managing you. So we're in week 6, day 39, which was yesterday. I will come back and review today, tomorrow, right? I'll do day 40, which is today's day. I'll do this one tomorrow night. For last night, I think I had a lot going on. I had to be in a couple different places and I could not jump on. I didn't have any free time to jump in. And so I'm going to do last night's and then I want to jump in for tomorrow and do today's and the weekly wrap up or checklist. Okay. Does that make sense, y'all? I hope it does. Glad y'all are here. Thank you so much. Do a favor for me. Can you please like the video? That just helps us get out into the algorithm. It just lets people know we're out here. Why not share all the things that we're getting? If this is helpful, if what I'm doing is helpful for you, it's helpful for me. Because every time I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I didn't see that last time. Oh, I go back and make sure you're doing that, Shakima. But it's helpful. If it's helpful for you, could it not be helpful for somebody else? So if you don't mind, please, please, please share the video. At the very least, like it. Even my Instagram folks, at the very least, once I put the post back out, because it doesn't let you I don't think it lets you like it at the moment, but you can like it after I take it out of the archives and put it back on the wall. So please do that for me. Facebook folks, if I got any Facebook people out there, if you would hit stars or hit the if you would do not the hearts and the thumbs up and all those types of things, it just helps push out into the algorithm. The shares are exactly what we need, but we'll take whatever you want to give us over here. Thumbs up, thumbs down, it all still helps the algorithm. So we appreciate that. And I'm hopeful that I'm helping other people because I'm over here still working on my journey. It is not done. Like I said, we have had a few tougher, tighter months than what we normally have had. But every time I think about it, Jesus is on the throne. Let me tell you, I'm going to share a testimony with y'all right now. And then we're jumping into day 39. So my sister helps me quite a lot. She's a little bit older than I am. She's really my best friend. She is not my blood sister, not my biological sister, but we have been friends. Let me see. Our boys are the same. We've been friends now about 16, 17 years, somewhere like that. So she's my sister. She helps me. So I don't travel a ton, but I've started to travel a little bit more. So she's like, well, don't forget to sign up for the honors programs that these hotels have because you can earn points. And so I'm like, well, praise the Lord. Okay, very good. I signed up for the program, child. I can't remember my number or whatever. I had to keep going back to my email because I don't do it enough to, for it to always be at the forefront of my mind. So I was like, okay, very good. I signed up for it. Even when I got my credit card, I got it with the thought process that I'm going to gain points for hotel rooms for traveling. That's what I got it for. So anyway, I have an event coming up fairly soon, and I needed to get a room. It's for one night. I'm not staying long. The only reason I'm getting a room is because I have to drive about 4 hours. The service is at night. It's in the evening time. And by the time the service is over, it could be, later on into the evening, and it's 4 hour drive back. And I don't want to have that. I don't want to be driving home at 1 or 2 in the morning. So I'm going to get a hotel room just for one night. I'm getting back up the next morning and going to another place. So I've got to go to one place, and then I got to drive 6 hours back to somewhere else. So, it's like a whirlwind trip. Anyway, I knew that I would have to pay for it. And so I like when I have my credit card now, I can pay it stay, but I hold it with my credit card. And it's so funny with your debit card, they want to charge you for all these charges. And you're like, Lord have mercy. I got the money in the account. Just take out what you owe. No, they got to have incidentals, and they got to have this, and they got to have all these other things. I'm still waiting for them to let go of some money from the trip I just came back from. It's still being held. Like how many days? 5 to 7 business days, but you took it right here in 20 minutes. You took it in 20 minutes. You want to give it back to me in 5 to 7 business days. Okay, I got it. So I pretty much wiped out my account with this pastor's conference, and now I'm trying to build my account back up. This is my ministry account. It's what I use for traveling. And I was like, okay, God, I'm going to have to figure out how to pay for this trip, but I can pay it stay. So at least I got a couple weeks to get myself together, get my coins together. I'm not worried about it, but I have to plan. Well, I was trying to book the thing the other day, didn't make it, didn't do it. Tried to book it the other day, couldn't get around to it. And I could book it on my phone, but I like to use my computer so I can see. I need to be able to see all the things. Anyway, I get up there today, and I notice they're asking me at the bottom. They're like, "Oh, you want to be a member? Just join right now." And I'm thinking, but I'm already a member. So I went, look for my little number. I'm all in my email looking for my little number. This is how much I don't pay attention, right? And so one of the pay options was pay with points. And I just so happened to see on my little email, it said I had 113,000 blah, blah, blah points. I was like, oh, well, that's very good. Let me see what that'll do for me. Long story short, when I went in to do points plus money, I was able to get the room I had enough points to get the room for the one night. So I was like, well, praise the Lord, hallelujah, because now I'm not going to have to come up with the cash to pay for the room, because I've been and this has just been in the last several years, but I was traveling before with work. Had I been doing these point things a long time ago, I could have been all over the place. I would have been able to go to San Antonio without having to pay, but I paid it this time. But child, let me tell you, next time I would not be paying. I would be finding me some points somewhere. But all of that to say, some of us haven't known how to work the system. And so it was my sister who came in and said, hey, but don't forget to get your points. And so I'm very thankful. I shared all that to say, if what I'm doing is helping you, then let's not leave our family and friends in the dark. Let's share and help everybody else to get to this same place. Because the truth of the matter is, very few of us, I don't want to put a number on it because I don't know your household situation, but there are several of us who did not grow up with our families sharing financial information with us. My grandparents never shared anything financial with us. They never shared with me how to manage my money. My mama never shared with me how to manage money. I didn't learn this even when I got married. I didn't really know. I knew how to pay bills because I knew if you didn't pay your bills, you were going to be out in the street. But I wasn't taught to manage my money until my son, who's 15 now, was a year old when I took the Financial Peace University class. So I'm saying all that to say, if something that I'm doing is helping you, let's help everybody else by sharing, liking, and all the things. Okay. So I just got to moisten up these lips, y'all. I had a salad for dinner, and my lips got really dry. It be getting dry. And then this is some lip glow oil. A friend of mine got this for me. She got it for the ladies at the ladies retreat. It's called lip glow oil. This is in the color Reviver Cherry. Reviver Cherry. It's a little thick. I don't particularly love a thick. I don't love it thick on my lips, but I need something. Okay, very good. All right. So your source verse, our source verse for this week is Proverbs 31, 20 and 21. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hand to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. Then she went on to mention Matthew 6, 19 through 21. Do not store up for yourselves treasure on earth where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven where moth and rust do not destroy and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your heart is, there your treasure will be also. Now, over here on under the guided prayer, and I think about this, right? I'm in a 30-day declutter series. So day 1, which was yesterday, was your wallet. Your purse. For ladies, your purse. Men, your wallets. Day 2 is the junk drawer. Well, I don't really have a junk drawer because I've gotten rid of so much junk. But I'm going to go find a drawer just so I can film the video so I can put it out for everybody else. But why do we have all of this stuff? We have so much stuff. Y'all, if I told the honest truth, if I look in my closet at shoes, when I went to San Antonio, I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I probably took 7 pairs of shoes and I wore a pair. So that was 8 pairs of shoes. When I got to San Antonio, I bought 2 more pairs of shoes because I just couldn't figure out which shoes I wanted. Now, who needs 10 pairs of shoes for 3 days? You're going to be there for 3 days. And I didn't even stay for Sunday service. I came back home Sunday morning. So why do you need 10 pairs of shoes? We have all of this stuff and we feel good about ourselves because we have all of this stuff. I got 4 cars and I got 3 of these and I got 12 of those. Do we honestly need all of this stuff, or is it just a status symbol? What is it doing for us other than sitting somewhere collecting dust for you to have to dust at some point? Think about in this next season of our lives, just having what we need. I have just enough of what I need. I'm not concerned with getting more things just to have things. Now, I'm not a stuff person. I'm not a gifts. Gifts are not my love language. Quality time is my love language. So you can buy me something. I would appreciate that because you thought of me. I appreciate people thinking of me. Thank you so much. But gifts are not my language, right? And then when I look at all my stuff, plus my kids' stuff, plus sister's stuff, plus Shamika and Training still got stuff in my house. Can you please come get your stuff? I don't need any more things. I went in my garage the other day and I almost had a cow because I have too much stuff in my garage. It's supposed to be for the car. I don't have any room to put the car in because I have all these things. But when I look, it's like, when was the last time you even used that? When was the last time you use that? Queen of everything, tell me what you're praying and I'll be in agreement with that. Tell me what you're praying. You know, here's the thing. We want people to pray for us. What are you praying? I need to be in agreement. You need agreement when you are asking for prayer. So you tell me what it is that you're praying that God will do for you. And if it lines up with God's word, then I'm going to be in agreement with your prayer. Because you're living your current reality, right? I'm living my current reality. So I'm going to tell you, hey, this is what I'm struggling right now. This is what I'm asking the Lord, right? And that's what we're going to do. Okay. So over on page 145, if you don't have the book, again, you can get this on Amazon, or you can type in Becoming the Woman God Wants Me to Be, PDF, and there's a free PDF version. It's the exact book. You just have to keep scrolling pages. It's almost like using your Kindle, right? And just scrolling pages. I was able to find it and put it out there for those who could not afford the book. So under the guided prayer, she says, Dear Lord, forgive me for all the times I've stored up treasure here on earth rather than storing up treasures in heaven. I admit that I've been foolish. This 90-day jump start has certainly shown me how much unnecessary stuff I've managed to accumulate. The one thing that I don't think we think about in the moment, we always think about it in hindsight is 2020. I've had to spend money to get this. All the stuff I have, I've had to spend money to get. Can I show you another thing was a very smart money decision? Okay, I want to show you this. Now, don't laugh at me. Y'all promise, put your hand in the air and say, we promise not to laugh at you, Shakima. We love you and we're not going to laugh. Okay, very good. Now, remember, you said it. Don't lie because the Lord is out here. So recently, I have started wearing perfume. I haven't always worn perfume because I'm an asthmatic. And sometimes things with smells will trigger an asthma attack. And it's been like this for a long time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to wear nothing. But here's the thing. I'm outside. And in order for somebody to even come in your direction, you got to look good or smell good. Something got to draw, right? So my sister, again, she smells good all the time. And there's another lady at church. Her name is Marjay or Bernita. She smells like, Marjay smells delicious. I ain't never smelled anybody that smells delicious, but she does. But I've always wanted to smell really nice without having an asthma attack. So I've been trying to, find a few little scents. And my sister she gave me a Dolce & Gabbana perfume, and I wear it from time to time. And then I have a Chanel No. 5 that I wear from time to time. But you want to diversify your collection. And so, but in order to diversify your collection, it's expensive, especially when you're getting these name brand things. Well, here's the thing. I don't necessarily know what I like. I went to Ulta a couple days back and I just started smelling stuff. You know how you can do the little smell tests and all the things. It smells good there, but I don't know if it's going to smell good on me. But if I spent all the money on all the things that I liked, I'd spend $400, $500, $600, $700 because some of the bottles that are this small cost about $40, $50, sometimes $100 and some dollars. My other sister, my biological sister, she has a nice scent. It's called Lalibo, something. Y'all don't get me the line on it. I don't know. But it's not much bigger than this. And for this amount is $118 just for the little amount. So I got some of those little dispensers where you could, put a little, it's like for your traveling. So you have to take all your perfumes. And I really like that scent. But I can't afford for 1.75 ounces, $118. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Now you might, but I'm not. I don't need to smell that good. I just go put on some soap and water and live my best life. Okay. So what my sister told me, she said, well, not my sister said, try this. She said, go to fragrance.net. Y'all remember this, fragrance.net. And you can buy little small sample sizes until you find the things that you like. So this is what I did, right? I went on there and I looked to see if I could find any of the ones that I saw at Ulta. Because I was hoping to have this for the pastor's conference. I didn't have it, but I wanted to, smell nice at the conference, but it didn't come on time. So anyway, so here's what I did. Instead of spending $118 for 1.75 ounces, this all goes to your finances, ladies and gents. I was able to find these little sample ones. Now look at this, right? It's just a tiny bit. It's a little one. This is Burberry Body. And then I got a Michael Kors Sexy Amber. And then I got a Michael Kors Wanderlust. And then this one right here is a Coach Floral Blush. And I wore this the other day. And a friend of mine it's very light smelling. And a friend of mine who actually happened to be at church, she came and she said, you smell nice. And it's so, so soft that I didn't even know that I smelled it at all. But I hugged her. I was like, hey, girl, hey. And she's like, ooh, I like that scent. But I think I might have I didn't pay any more than $3 for this. $3 for just a little tiny bit. Now, I'm not a heavy sprayer because I already know that it's going to cause issues with me. So I was able to go in and buy all of the things that I found at Ulta in smaller sizes until I find the one I like. And then what I will do is I'll put it on my Christmas list because my children will buy me a Christmas present. Now, again, gifts aren't my language, but for Mother's Day and my birthday and different things like that, my kids like to get me things. And so if I find something that I like, which I actually was going to ask them all four to go in on that kind my other sister had that I really did like for the $118. If they all put in a few dollars a piece, they could get it. But I was able to get all of those that you just saw. And these two, one is Elizabeth Arden's Red Door, and this is Sarah Jessica Parker's Lovely. And I was able to get all of these that I got for $63. And then my order was late and I called. And so what they did was they gave me a 10% discount. So they counted me back $6 to my account. And so I was going to get it all for $57. And I actually bought enough that I could get the shipping for free. So I'm not telling you, and I don't think she's telling you here to not buy things, but we're saying be smart about what you buy and be smart about how you pay for things. Paying on time or paying with your credit card, because you're going to see the bill 30 days later, is not as impactful as paying with cash. And then you ask yourself, well, what if I don't like Jessica Parker's Lovely? Well, I've just spent $200 on a bottle that I got to now use for something I don't like, when that only cost me $5 for that little tiny thing, and I can use it or not. I'm not going to feel bad about throwing $5 away. I'm going to feel real bad about $200 worth, right? So she asked us that. What good is it having things here that are just going to build, collect dust, rust? When you pass, you can't take none of this stuff with you. So are you getting it because you need it, or are you getting it so that people can say, oh my God, look at what she got? I've heard it often said that men look at women's purses to determine if they want to date them or not, because if you carry designer bags, they think that you're high maintenance. Well, I have several designer bags and I didn't pay for one of them. And I didn't have to do anything crazy to get it either. I remember the very first designer bag I ever got was what is the name of that bag? Dooney & Burke's. It's a Dooney & Burke's. It's a purple bag. And one of my lovely subscribers, when I very first started YouTube, couple years in, very first started YouTube, sent it to me. She said, hey, Shakima, I saw this and I wanted you to have it. Cute little bag. It's still in I've used it, but it's in the little, bag it comes in. And then over the years, different ones have said, hey, Shakima, I'm sending you this. My sister got me my first Michael Kors. She just likes bags and she thought I would like a bag. So for Christmas, she got me a bag. But I like Michael Kors as well. But I'm not going to spend $700 and $800 on a bag. That could be my, most of my mortgage. That could be for sure my utilities, my water bill, my internet, my cell phone bill, plus a couple $100 for groceries. When you start thinking about where your money should go, you're going to be a better steward and manager over your money. I don't even want you to be a good manager. I want you to be a good steward over what God gives you. God says when you're faithful over the little, he'll make you Lord and ruler over the much. But how can he make you Lord and ruler over the much when you squander the little he gave you? These are questions. Okay, moving on. All right. Back to the guided prayer again. She says, I can't help thinking how much kingdom work could have been accomplished with money I spent on things that have now been thrown away. Again, I never asked God to give me money so I could be rich. I always asked God to give me seed so I could be a sower. I want to sow into the kingdom of God. Lest the seed first falls to the ground, right? There's nothing that's going to grow from that. Seed has to be in the ground. So God, give me seed to be able to put into good ground so that in enough time after he's done what it needed to do, there can be a harvest on that seed. And then, Lord, while I know that, we're going to take that seed and do things with it, a good farmer always keeps the best of that seed so that they will have seed for next time, for the next planting. Right? So those are the things that we have to think about. This is how we have to manage and deal with our finances. And sometimes we have to go back and tell God, listen, I'm sorry. I did not properly manage this money that you put into my hands. I just didn't. And I apologize, God, because you trusted me and I was not trustworthy. All right, moving on. So here's what she said again. She said, Holy Spirit, this is in the prayer. Holy Spirit, help me to focus my attention on heavenly treasures. Now, again, God doesn't want us down here, butterball naked. We can get stuff. But before you get the things, why did I want that? What is that going to accomplish for me? How is that going to help the bottom line? How is that going to help my family? What is that going to do for, this situation or that situation? Oh, we got a special offering coming up at church and I want to be able to give. So if I don't do this, then I can do this, right? So it's not that God doesn't want us to have stuff, but we need to closely evaluate why we're spending what we're spending, or if we're spending what he gave us as a seed. Okay. All right. Now, here's the thing under personal. She says, as you're clearing out the rubble, trying to get out of your debt, it's important that you stay out of debt, right? So once you get out, I've seen people time after time after time get themselves right back in. We didn't learn anything from that situation. So the debt had us almost, drowning in it. We're drowning in it. We can't pay the credit card. Every credit card we got is maxed out. The Lord comes in, miraculously, you get everything paid off. And one little pitfall, you're right back to where you were. Cut up your credit cards. I have one credit card for traveling, just one, so that I can book my hotel rooms. And the only reason I got it is because when I pay with my debit card, they keep putting all them holes and they hold your money for days and days and days at a time. But what I do is I pre-save it up, book the room with my credit card, and as soon as the bill comes through, I go right in and pay it. I have a zero balance on my credit card right now because I went in and paid what I owe. They not going to catch me slipping. You're not going to catch me outside slipping. What I'm going to do is make sure that I have a zero balance because I don't want to get right back to where I was before. She says, for centuries, people have understood the pitfalls of debt and have worked to save until they could buy it with cash. Cash is king, always. I know everybody's trying to go cashless and swipe your card and all these things, and people are forcing you to do this. But I'm still telling you that cash is king. It is what it is. If you don't take my cash, guess what? I can't shop here. Because people ask me all the time, is that debit or credit? This is cash. And don't feel on any type of way about it. This is how I'm going to my best life. Because here's the thing. When you take out that money and you realize this is all I got for this week and you start spending it randomly, you're going to be like, Lord have mercy. Wait a minute. I don't think I need that. I'll tell you the biggest change I ever saw in my children was when they had to pay their money. When they had to start paying their money, when mom stopped paying, when they get a job, I don't pay for anything else. I pay their insurance. I pay their health insurance. I pay all the mom things, but shoes and clothes and all that. As soon as they get a job, they pay. Because I think they should just have school. I just think you should focus on school and get your work and make your good grades and all the things. I don't think you should be working in high school. But everybody doesn't want to do what I think. So, hey, live your best life. But if you get a job, I'm not paying anything else. And when they have to spend their money versus spending mom's money, they're like, ooh, I don't think I need that. You could ask Alana today. Excuse me, sister. You want to go out to eat? She's like, that's not in the budget, mom. I got to save my money for something else. When it becomes them versus you, she's like, I don't like my account to go below a certain amount. I need to make sure that I have everything in my envelopes and whatever. She's not going to do it. So think about you. If a 20-year-old can be there, where are we at 40 and 50? And older, some of us. Okay. She says, when people save up to buy a particular item, they have the opportunity to do something most have forgotten to do. Think about it. When you get the opportunity to purchase, you are thinking about that purchase, especially when you know that these are the coins you got to use. Yesterday, I was in I was cleaning out the refrigerator because I went to the grocery store and something didn't sound right in the freezer. And I was like, wait a doggone minute now, hold up. Now the refrigerator is fairly new, but the warranty is gone because it's over a year old. but it's not very old. And it sounded like it was hissing. I'm like, what is going on? So I'm Googling. I'm trying to Google it, find out whatever's going on. Because in my mind, that's another $700 for a refrigerator. Refrigerators are not cheap. And I'm trying to think, where can I get it from? Because I don't have, in my household fund, I don't have $700. Okay, but I do have money in my emergency fund. Yeah, okay. But still, I'm like, Lord, you're going to have to help me figure out how to fix this. So I turned it off. Let the freezer defrost a little bit because I think it was just food sitting in front of it that was just bothering with it. And it's working now. But I'm not about spending up all my coins. Okay, so we get an opportunity to think about it. Now go down to the bottom of 145. She says the average American household has $8,400 in credit card debt. This right here should blow all of our minds, mine included. Because I'm telling you, the debt that I have, it should have taken me 30 years to pay it off. 30 years. But the Lord came in and he was faithful and he helped me. And because the Lord was faithful and helped me with a supernatural strategy and a divine plan on how to get out of this debt, I'm not getting back in it. She says, even if they never put another dime on those credit card accounts, if all they pay is a minimum monthly payment, it will take you 47 years to pay it back. And $8,400 will end up costing you $33,000 by the time you add in that interest. $23,000 is interest. Who has that much money? This is why we over our heads. This is why we doing a lot. This is why marriages are breaking up. This and other reasons. This is why people not communicating. This is why you don't know what they doing because they don't want you to know what they doing. And this is why when somebody finally get the bill, you like, where this come from? Because it's a lot out here. Do you want to be in debt? I don't. She says research indicates she says incidentally, you can cut your annual living expenses by 30% in less than 1 minute. Cut up your credit cards. This is on 146. Research indicates that consumers spend 30% more when purchasing with a credit card rather than cash because it's just so easy to put one more thing. God had to stop me from shopping on Amazon. There are specific seasons that God will not let me shop on Amazon because I am an Amazonian. I don't have to go nowhere. It comes right to my doorstep. And if I don't like it, I can send it back and get my money back. You think I'm not going to be on Amazon? Oh, hello. But God was like, Shakima, I thought you had some goals. Now he talks to me. He may not talk to you. He's like, no, ma'am, you don't. We are on an Amazon break. I'm on a thrift break. I have not been able to thrift for a very long time. Because do I really need that? I got a closet full of clothes, a closet full of shoes. I got 2 closets full of shoes. Do I need any more stuff? I have brands sending me stuff all the time for kitchens. I just got 4 new dresses. I can't wait to show them, y'all. Just got 4 new dresses. And I'm going to wear every last one of them in a size medium. Hello, medium. How are you? But I didn't have to pay for that, right? So it may cost me a little time to do a video, but I know how to firm up my bottom line. I haven't had to buy clothes in almost 5 or 6 years unless I've just wanted to buy them. But now that I'm in a different weight loss pattern and all that, I do have to get a few things. Okay. All right. So moving on. Woo, okay. The solution is this: become a cash person in a cashless society. From this day forward, either pay cash that includes not only dollars, but checks or a debit card that you take the funds directly out of your account. Don't pay on a credit card. Now, I'll show you this because I am a cash person. Now, I don't do cash for every category, but I do cash for the categories that I know I'm going to want to go out and spend. All of my bills are paid online. The day they come is the day they get paid. I don't pay it. Like my utility bill is not due until the 13th. Today is the 2nd. The utility bill got paid on the 1st. I don't have time to be waiting and holding my money out. Go ahead and take it out. We good. It's in there. We done. Things I pay cash for are groceries, gas for my car, groceries, gas. My lawn guy gets cash because he does not do any cash payment things or anything like that. He's an older gentleman. and then for Jackson's haircuts. Those 4 things are the things I generally use cash for. I know every single week, because I have the need to go to the store. I want to go to the grocery store every single week. So I get cash for that, because I have a need to go in the grocery store to see my deals, to touch my, I don't want nobody else touching my groceries. I do not order from Walmart pickup. Don't touch my groceries. I realize somebody had to touch it to stock it. I get that. But I'm going to go in there and do it. That's a need that I have to spend. But I make sure that every single week I have enough money for groceries. Outside of that, everything I pay for out of my checking account. Every single thing. Okay. So I went to the bank. I do my budget. I went to the bank and I got my cash out for groceries. Now I'm spending $50 a week for groceries. So I think yesterday I got $320 out. Well, I had to pay Mr. Jerome because he came to cut the grass yesterday. So that took out some money. Then I had to put gas in my car. So that took out some money. So now I'm down to $220. Okay. Well, Shakima, you can't spend much more, because if you do, something's going to come up short. And I'm not going to be sliding the card. I can't be swiping and carrying on. I can't be doing all that. So this is what I have left. I don't have much left, but this is what I have for groceries. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 96. I have $196. Now I got to eat for 4 weeks. So that's $50 a week, right? That's all the grocery money. $50 a week is all the grocery money. That's it. After this money is gone for groceries, there's no more. No more cash. I know somebody said one time, some raggedy person who really needs prayer and probably a spanking. This is a young person on Instagram. I was doing my cash envelope stuffing, and I have envelopes. I have grocery envelopes, gas envelopes. I have recreation. I have hair. I have entertainment, but I rarely put money in those. And then I have savings envelopes. And they said to me, "Better not let me catch you walking." And I was thinking, because clearly they were not. If I have money in my pocket, why am I walking? Where would I be walking, sir? Exactly. Where am I walking? My car is paid for. I paid for it in 63 days. Where exactly are you going to catch me walking? And then I got to thinking, better not let me catch you trying to catch me. How about that? Right? The reason we do stuff like that is because we're not thinking now I got to go and try to do something to somebody to get their money. Where's yours? I'm out here working every day, trying to get my little coins to keep my family afloat. And here you are out here talking crazy. Don't do that. It's not nice. But become a cash person. That's what I determined to do when I started taking Dave Ramsey. I got my envelopes from an Etsy shop called Shonversation. Shonversation. You can find a link in my bio on Instagram. And if you're on Facebook, you can find a pinned post on my page, or you can find her on Instagram. She is at Shonversation. If you use my code Shakima, Shakema, it'll get you 10% off. So I got all kinds. Let me see if I can call one of my kids in here, and I'll show you my envelopes because I have them. They're cute. Let me see. And I actually didn't even buy those. They were gifted to me by a friend of mine who wanted me to have them. I had some that I had just bought some from the dollar store. So a lot of people say, "Oh, Shakima, we're in debt. Why do you encourage people to get the envelopes?" I'm not encouraging you to get anything. Go to the Dollar Tree, get you 100 envelopes for $1.25, and put on there your categories. Can you get my envelopes back? My envelopes thing. Get you some envelopes from the $1.25 tree and put the categories on it. I don't want you to incur any more expenses. Thank you, lovely. Go and get what you need from the $1.25 treat. And you can put, and I started off that way. And then I actually started off with some of these like clear ones. I had some clear ones like this because it's all I had. This is my summer grocery, some more summer grocery money in there. But I had to pay Mr. Jerome. And so I needed to take money out of here. So I got the money back to put back to my groceries, right? So I need $50 a week for my groceries. And then here are my envelopes. And she does a sister girl series, right? So this is groceries. She customizes these to what you need. Groceries and gas. These are the only envelopes that I have are groceries and gas because everything else is debited, right? And they're all very, very pretty, right? They're cute. Don't you want to save money? I do, girl. Yes. And then on the back here, depending on how much you put in there, you put what you paid, what you bought, and how much it cost you, and you can keep your running totals. Now, I don't do any of that because I do mine by the week. And so she just made all these really cute ones. Let me find another one that is real cute. Okay, this is beauty and personal for Jackson's haircuts. I used to get my haircut, very rare now. This is for Mr. Jerome for my lawn maintenance because he cuts my grass. This is recreation, very pretty. But I keep, before I got these, and again, remember somebody sent me these in the mail. I just had regular envelopes. I got them. I got a set of envelopes from Mom Needs a Clone. She's here on Instagram and she's also on YouTube as well. And somebody sent me those in the mail. I did not buy them because I couldn't afford it, right? What else did she send? Oh, there's an eating out. This is eating out. And she customizes them to what you want them to say. And then Sean herself sent me these to share on my channel. She does a savings challenge, $5, $10, $20, $50, and $100 challenge. And so these are the Black Queen Savings Challenge envelopes. I've done the $20 challenge. I've done the $5 challenge. I'm doing the $50 challenge and the $100 challenge. So if you're looking for any of those envelopes, remember Conversation. You can use my code Shakima, and that will get you a 10% discount. Trying to figure out how you eat on $50. So that's a good question. The question says, "You're awesome. I'm trying to figure out how you eat on $50 a week." And there are 3 of us, and we do sometimes go over because of the price of groceries. However, I've always prepped. I've always been a prepper or a stock up person. So if I see something that's at the lowest bargain basement price, I'm going to get multiple of those things to put in my pantry. Then I'm a yellow tag, red tag meat person. It doesn't matter to me if the meat is on discount. I'm going to get the meat on discount. And then I have a ton of meat. Every Thanksgiving, this is how I do those things. So every Thanksgiving, and the code C-Dean is Shakima, get 10% off. So every Thanksgiving, like 3 or 4 weeks up to Thanksgiving happening, you can get, if you spend $35, $40 or something like that, depending on what grocery store is, you can get a turkey for like 19 cents a pound. So I'm always going to spend $50. So I'm always going to get the turkey. So every year, I probably get 3 to 4 turkeys. Now, I keep a turkey and I give 3 of them away. If I got 4, I give 3 away. If I got 3, I give 2 away. I'm going to always keep a turkey. Now, what I do with that turkey is I break that turkey down. We cook it, we roast it, we break it down. We take the breast, we make chicken salad, we do turkey sandwiches, whatever. We take the dark meat, that's the legs and the thigh, and we'll do something with that. We take the wings and we'll do like greens, or we'll do roasted turkey wings, or whatever the case is. So I always have overages in my pantry. The other thing that I do to help me eat on $50 a week, and there are 3 of us, is I don't make my grocery list first. I go to the grocery store and see what's on sale. I actually look it up on the computer before I ever go to the grocery store. I buy what's on sale and then I make it do what it do. Okay. I'm not afraid to eat potatoes. I'm not afraid to eat beans and rice with a little bit of good cornbread. You got a good meal. I don't have to have meat at every meal. You can have meatless Mondays. You can have Taco Tuesdays. You can have what's for dinner Wednesdays, which is leftovers. You can have Thankful Thursdays, which, hey, whatever we got, we got. I mean, you can do a soup, or in the summer, you can theme it out. We're doing sandwiches with chips. I don't buy the, I'm not a name brand person. I don't have to have the name brand, except Ritz crackers. I can't eat them generic Ritz crackers. It just won't go down right. So I do have to have that. But other than that, I just make it do what it do. And on the days when I need more groceries, I buy more because I don't have debt. So I can afford more groceries. I just force myself into, I'm big enough. I don't really need to eat a lot of stuff. My kids don't have a lot of snacks. We don't have snacks in the house. It's just not something that I'm willing to put my money out there for. So that's how we do it. And we've been doing this for years and years. So it's not very new to us, but it is new to people who may be new to us here. Okay. Any other questions? Because I want to get to your affirmation. Okay. Last thing on 146, she says the only other option is to discipline yourself to pay off your entire credit card every single month. However, only 40% of people are self-disciplined enough to do that. I'm not even disciplined enough to do that. She said at the end of the month, I'm not letting the month run out because I don't trust me to make sure I'm keeping up with all my transactions. If I buy it today, as soon as it posts, I'm paying because I've saved it up, right? So I don't even do that month thing. I wait a few days to let it all, that 5 to 7 days to let it clear out. But if I see a balance, okay, I got you. I'm paying right now because I don't even trust me. And I've been doing this 15 years. Okay, I'm not a hero or a shero, but I'm not going to put my children in a situation that I can't get us out. And then I got to figure out how I'm going to go get this money and what I'm going to have to do to go get this money. I'm not going to be doing any of that to get no money. I'm going to discipline myself not to spend. That's what I'm going to do. And then, just to throw this in, because I do see a couple of gentlemen up here, I wanted to say this. I'm not one of those women that need a man for his money. And I'm not saying I don't need a man. But where I came from, to need a man meant you couldn't afford to take care of your bills. I can afford to take care of my bills. I can afford to feed my kids. I've been doing that. So I never want to get myself into a situation, because this is how it was where I was growing up, and my family members. They had to get with a man just so that they could share the rent or share the what they can have somewhere to sleep. When I think about what that cost them, I can't repeat that for any reason. So I'm going to make sure that I discipline myself to stay within my means. If you live below your means, I think my children, I calculated up today, my kids and I live off of 85% or less of my income. Everything else we give it away. And that's just how we do it over here. Now, again, if you're hearing this, that doesn't mean I don't need a man. I just don't need you to have stress and pressure over me not being a good steward of what God gives me. So that if you go back to the Proverbs 31 woman, her husband does not have any concerns over his household or his finances, because she is a good steward over what God has put in her hands. She manages not only herself, but her servant girls. She manages her children. She has other outside interests. She has all kinds of things that are happening that she has to be responsible for. And that man has put it all in her hands and say, you do it, girl. Okay, take care of it. Right? Okay, very good. Your affirmation is, I'm a wise steward of my money. Again, it doesn't say I'm a wise manager. It says I'm a wise steward of my money. Now, your practical, you're going to make all the necessary arrangements to lead a cash lifestyle. Now, again, go over your budget. Look at your line items to determine what is a good category for you. I know Mr. Jerome doesn't have Cash App or Venmo and all that. He's an older gentleman. He don't do any of that. Mr. Jerome just wants green. He is from the generation, give him some green. So I know I got to pay Mr. Jerome with cash. The other thing is, if I go to the grocery store and it's more than $50, whatever my allocated, sometimes I have 75, sometimes I have 100, it just depends. If it's more than that, I'm going to swipe my debit card, and I'm going to swipe it every time. So in order to keep from going over in that direction, I just will pay the cash. It's just become easier over the years to keep me on track. Now, again, if we go over and I need more groceries, I just get more groceries, right? Because I don't owe anybody, and I can do that. But I still, even though I can afford it, I still put myself to manage. Like, Shakima, this is all you have. This week, I overspent groceries. It was $104. I had $50 to spend. But I also had taken half my summer grocery money to put for savings. So I had enough, but I had just decided to put money in the savings, and it was perfectly fine. All right. So pay cash whenever you can. If you do credit card stuff or set up your accounts online, pay them off every week. That's what I paid off every time it hit. Bam, bam, bam. And I only use it for traveling. So I did book the room today, but I used my points. I still had to put my credit card down, right? So when I go to check in, they're going to be like, oh, Miss Wilson, you got points. Very good. Keep on moving, sister. Should not incur anything except incidentals. And then, of course, they'll release it because I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't have a pet. I don't have all the things that they have on their little list of things that might charge you for. So anywho, there it is, you guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to go over tonight's study, which is Begin Automatic Savings and Investments. I just don't have enough time to go over it tonight. So that's going to be tomorrow, and then we'll just hit your checklist very quickly. I do hope that this is helpful for you. If it's not helpful, sorry. Catch us on the next one. What I do know that I think I'm going to do is after this, I'm going to finish this 90-day study. For my one mom folks, I'm going to finish this 90-day study. Any other major studies, I'm going to put onto my teaching channel, my First Love Ministries channel, and I'll give y'all all those informations at that time. Right now, we're good. I'm going to finish the series out here because I don't want to switch midway. But anyway, that's it for us tonight, guys. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to share it. Do all the things. I appreciate you. I will see you back here tomorrow night. Probably, what time can I come tomorrow? Probably 8:30, 8:30, somewhere in there. Tomorrow night is Begin Automatic Savings and Investments. So making sure you put money in savings and working on some investments, which I still need to do. I think I'm going to try to come tomorrow at 8. Tomorrow at 8, I'm going to try to do 8. I'm going to do my best. 8:30, but you should get the notification. So anywho, if you aren't following me on Instagram, follow me, do all the things. Love you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Bye.